Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglind, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks beautiful Bryant Lake Regional Park, located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It is another beautiful day here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today. I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. We have another great show for you today. Joining me in a few minutes will be Christine Thompson, author of the book Scarlet Says Goodbye. And she's here to talk about how children's books can help young people understand hospice care. Addressing difficult topics like death, Christine's book aims to ease conversations and support children in processing grief and preserving memories. Scarlet Says Goodbye features a story, activities, journal pages, and space for letters. Published by UnitedHealthcare Educational Publishing Group and offered in partnership with Elva Resa Publishing. The book is available in hardcover and in cases of 30 at scarletsaysgoodbye.com. And that's one T in scarletsaysgoodbye.com. You'll enjoy listening to my conversation today with Christine Thompson. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and, of course, topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows, and we look forward to hearing from you. We are adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website, and we can also be found on your favorite streaming service, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many others. You can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. If you have a question for us today, there's two ways to reach us. First, by calling the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show producer, Adam, will get your call on the air. Our phone number is 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205. Or you can simply text us your question at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry. If you missed our contact numbers, I'll repeat them throughout the show. All right. I want to welcome my guest for today's show, Christine Thompson, author of the children's book, Scarlet Says Goodbye. Welcome to the show, Christine.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, this will be great. I had a chance to read through your book this last week, and it is very interesting. I don't get to read many books that are focused, number one, on hospice, and number two, on children. That's quite a combination.
Yes.
So as I told you before the show, our audience loves to understand and learn about the guests that come on my show. So why don't you just tell us about your background?
Sure. So lifetime storyteller.
That's great.
Yeah, since I was a kid. And that's really manifested in all the iterations of my career. So I got started at the Hennepin County Attorney's Office way back when, working in crime victim services and helping some of those folks tell their stories. And then I gravitated towards corporate America, and I spent a long time at UnitedHealthcare. And that's where kind of the inspiration for Scarlet came along. And that was working in their marketing department.
Okay. And so, again, of all the different topics you could write a book about. Why did you pick hospice?
Yes. Well, at the time, I was working within the hospice marketing team, and we were struggling. So, as you probably know, like there's a lot of myths around hospitals.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
It's
and this was about 13 years ago. So I think
it's even worse back then.
Even worse back then, right? And so we were really looking for like solutions for how we were going to have this conversation with people. It really was such a difficult time, as you know. So people aren't absorbing the information. They're getting some very bad news, and they're really struggling. And that time period of that anticipatory grief, and not a lot of time gets spent there explaining to folks what they're going through. I mean, we really focus on what happens after death. And this period of time is really like, what are we dealing with today? And what kind of information can people absorb? And so, I mean, we had a marketing team of, I would say, almost no one that had any experience with any kind of death at that time. We were young. We were trying to do things that really were, get those messages out there. And at the end of the day, it was like, can we just do something simple, right? People have a limited ability to absorb this kind of information. Let's take advantage of how we talk to children. And so that's the secret of the book, is that it's really for adults too. So it's to help all of us take advantage of this really unique time when people might still be able to share their memories and even laugh, in addition to some of the crying. But there's a lot of hours there, as you know. Like, people are really long periods of time. It could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months. In my case, my father was diagnosed shortly after the publication of Scarlet, within a year and a half, with a terminal incurable illness. And so within 2 years, I myself was in that spot of anticipatory grief. Like, I know my father is dying. Oddly, Scarlet was a conversation between a father and her daughter.
That's right.
So we really wanted to take what we knew about storytelling, but also about memory making. How do you facilitate that engagement between families and make a beautiful gift? This was really, at its heart, something that was designed to be just a beautiful gift for families, something they could keep. You could color all over it if you were the kids. That's okay. There were, interview kinds of questions, things to prompt and encourage the sharing of memories, not just maybe with that loved one, but your whole family is there.
Yeah.
It's really a chance to share.
Yeah.
And this is a little bit before, like, the cell phones. I mean, they were around, but a real tactile, physical way that you could record those memories. And not just maybe, like, using the technology and playing the games and the DVDs and things that people do to pass the time today. Yeah. So, that was... So we're really just trying to make it easier to understand. And then an opportunity came along to get it published.
Wow. And how many people worked with you on this project?
Well, I would say like tens of thousands, because this was this project was the culmination of a lot of employees who voted for it for the first Innovation Day that UnitedHealth Group ever had. And so this was kind of the People's Choice Award winner. Yeah. And so going through the process of, like, I pitched this book. And, of course, there's not usually money or any kind of budget inside of a timeline to do something like this. And so then I pitched it as an idea, basically an Innovation Day. It was a contest. And this was one of the ideas that moved forward. And so I was really lucky. You don't get the kind of support that you get from a company like that to pull together a book and to publish it. So I had people that worked with me on the printing and the marketing and the illustration. And so, like, soup to nuts, I said tens of thousands of people that voted and supported it and got it done, and saw it published for the next Innovation Day. I was signing books.
So Innovation Day, what a great concept especially for larger companies that have resources, because there's just so much talent. It's embedded in organizations. It sometimes never gets really leveraged. And when you have people come up with their own ideas, they're usually very passionate about them. Yes. And which is what makes something come true, makes a vision happen. Okay. Okay, so that was the first time that United Health Group had this Innovation Day.
Yes.
Okay, well, you won the People's Choice Award for having it. So people voted on how many different ideas or concepts were being floated at that time.
I want to say hundreds, right? No, so anybody could submit an idea. It was just a really cool process. And then, of course, there's employees around the world, so people were tuning in from Ireland and voting. And, so people had a chance to preview things no matter where they were in the country or in the world and cast their personal vote. And so this was selected. And so then I went in and I pitched it to, at that point, like a very new innovation council. Yeah. It was a terrifying moment, especially because this is probably the least techie idea in the whole pool.
Oh, sure.
Maybe ever in the history of all the innovation days, that we would do something so old school and publish a hardcover book. Yeah. There wasn't an app. There was no gamification to it. It was just this real thoughtful way of helping people understand a complicated subject.
Wow. Great story. Well, the music's cueing us out here, so we'll be right back. All right, folks, it's time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Christine Thompson, author of the book Scarlet Says Goodbye, and she's here to talk about how children's books can help young people understand hospice care. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Park Tavern in St. Louis Park is the perfect place for fun. Their bowling lanes are a blast. Their full menu is amazing. Burgers, tacos, wings, sliders, pizza, dinners, and more. Or try their weekend breakfast menu. Enjoy all the games on their numerous TVs while enjoying their drink menu and happy hour specials. And the patio is open to enjoy the warmer months, and even when it's not too warm, they've got heaters and curtains. On Louisiana Avenue north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park, your next get-together with friends or family will be great at the Park Tavern.
The Minneapolis Institute of Art invites you to experience Gatsby at 100, exploring how F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel, The Great Gatsby, both shaped and was shaped by the visual art of its time. This exhibition brings together works from Mia's collection that embody the decadence, excess, and social upheaval of Fitzgerald's most famous novel, highlighting paintings, books, and works on paper that are rarely on view. Come see it at Mia, always free and open to everyone. Learn more at artsmia.org.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? Do you really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. So avoid gimmicks and call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-3067, or arrayinsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The easy all-in-one plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus many extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. October is here, so Halloween is right around the corner. And if you're thinking of having a horror movie marathon with friends, you better make sure your home doesn't look like something out of one of those movies. Don't ghost your carpet this fall. My cleaning heroes at Zero Res can help get all those spooky smells and creepy stains out of your home. Carpet, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, any surface in your home can be Zero Resified. Right now, you can get your entire home Zero Resified from Minnesota's ultimate carpet cleaner, with 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. But there's something even scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home, and it's in your air ducts. This month, take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning service. Don't let a missed deal haunt you. Call 9520-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com today and ask for the AM 950 special. Back order forward spells the same. Zero Res.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Christine Thompson, and she's the author of the book Scarlet Says Goodbye. And she is sharing how children's books can help young people understand hospice care. And she addresses difficult topics like death and aims to ease the conversations and support that children have in processing grief and preserving memories. Scarlet Says Goodbye features a story, activities, journal pages, and space for letters. And Christine, how can our listeners contact you or your organization if they would like more information or like to purchase the book?
Oh, sure. So it's easy. ScarletSaysGoodbye.com, and Scarlet with 1 T. And that's where you go to order the books, or if you want to reach me.
And the books have been around for over a decade, right?
Right.
So, okay. Fantastic.
Yeah. This has been an interesting opportunity to reflect on the journey of Scarlet.
Well, okay. So, let's get more into the inspiration, because again, as I said in the first segment, you just don't see a lot of books about hospice. Mm-hmm. There are some great books out there. So if people are interested in hospice, there's wonderful books. But to have a book focused on children and how it relates to the hospice care is pretty interesting. So talk more about the inspiration that and how that happened to you.
Sure. So I think Scarlett has a life of her own, and she always has. She always wanted to be written in a certain way, and the powers that be just came together to make that happen. Lots of coincidence, lots of serendipity. And I mentioned before, working with a hospice marketing team, trying to help people understand what is hospice? What are the benefits? I mean, really, at that point, we're concerned about benefits.
Right.
And not being able to come up with anything, really, because we were a young team that didn't really understand the death and dying process. This book, the story came to me when I was out walking my dogs around the lake one day. And just thinking about, like, how can we do this? Like, this is such an amazing service, a benefit. These people that provide this, I mean, they're really in the homes. They're doing everything from they come in, they're washing dishes, right? They are making things happen. And as a person that's been through this, like, the relief, the support that comes with that is amazing. But I was out walking my dog, and by the time I was back, this whole story had been written. I had the concept in my head. It just kind of, like I said, it all came together. And by the time I got home, I wrote it all down, and I went running back to the office, and I'm like, this is great. This will help people understand this topic. And then, of course, you get the thought, but there's no money for that.
Right.
And
Great idea, but
yeah.
there's no money.
And so another year probably passed. So I had it written. Everybody loved it. And then the opportunity that we discussed came along.
The Innovation Day, yeah.
Yeah. And my manager at the time said, hey, pitch this idea. And it just happened, right? And I just kind of knew secretly, I always had this feeling like this is going to happen.
That's something. Wow. And it's so good that you listen to that. I think a lot of people get inspiration, and sometimes they just ignore it, or they're afraid of it because it requires vulnerability. I'm gonna throw something out there to the world, and it might get rejected. Like, it just takes time, but eventually, if it's a true inspiration, you got to listen to that.
It was powerful.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it was real powerful.
Well, as I read the book, I mean, I can see what a powerful message it was. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, why Scarlet? Why did the name Scarlet become the central character here?
Gosh, I think, it ended, so the illustrator, Hillary Hempstead.
Yes, which she did amazing. People should get the book just for the illustrations. It is amazing. They're wonderful.
Yeah, so I will say, like, the story part of it, which is a very short and sweet story. It really kind of helps ground people in, like, how hospice can be helpful. But the activities, all of those pieces, the illustration brought it all to life with very little direction from me. It was just like she just knew and understood this character, Scarlet, I think was really in her head. When I first saw this red scarf, that's where Scarlet came from. Oh. So when Hillary did her first sketches, I saw the red scarf, and that's when she became Scarlet.
Wow. Okay. Did you know the name before the sketches? Okay.
No.
So the sketches, prompted, inspired the name of the character.
Right. Yeah, so she just she brought it all to life. Okay. But that's where Scarlet came from, was the red scarf.
Got it. Okay.
I'm trying to remember my original working title now. I think it was something like A Hospice Story. It was nothing like...
Well, I remember when I started this show, we called it the Minnesota Hospice Show.
Yeah.
And it took a little while to come up with maybe a better name, Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Right.
Which is more encompassing, more it's a broader topic, but fantastic. So tell me the story about Hillary Hempstead. How this was her first endeavor,
sure,
in illustrating a book. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about that story.
So after this concept won the Innovation Award, and I was given a budget within to work with, and I started looking at illustrators, and of course the whole process of publishing a book is not something I had ever done, and maybe that worked out well in my favor in the end, because
yes.
I was just on Etsy and looking at artwork that I liked and randomly sent her a note. And I said, hey, have you ever, I have won this contest and I need to write a children's book, and would you be interested? And she said, I just was telling a friend, I really want to write it. I really want to illustrate a children's book.
Which she's never done before.
She'd never done it before. So nobody's ever done any of this before. And it was just this mighty team of folks that came together, and it was all the right people.
Wow. It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. And she did all these watercolors. I still have all the original art. Amazing job that Hillary did.
Wow. I encourage people. I mean, we'll get into the storyline next segment, but again, just the work that she did here with the illustrations is just phenomenal. I really am so impressed with how she incorporated for all ages. I mean, for children, but I mean, again, I'm so impressed with what she did.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's the touches, right? So this is a hardcover book. Yeah. This is intended to be a keepsake. This is intended to be something that a hospice volunteer or a nurse might just keep in their car, a stash of these, in case there are children around or somebody that might be struggling. And so this is something that folks can hold on to. That was important. Yeah. Yes. That it be beautiful and that it be a keepsake.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are up against the clock again here, Christine. So we'll be right back. And you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. And we'll be back with Christine Thompson, author of Scarlet Says Goodbye. And we're going to talk about how children's books can help young people understand hospice care and addressing difficult topics like death and grieving and preserving memories. If you have a question for Christine, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
When was the last time you had your roof inspected for extreme weather and hail damage? This is Chad, owner of AM 950, to talk about the exterior construction company I trust, Snap Construction. If you've noticed new roofing projects in your neighborhood, your home was likely hit by hail last summer and experienced damage. Snap Construction is helping homeowners like you, and they're the roofing specialists I trust. They are the most well-reviewed contractor in the Twin Cities and have a ton of positive customer reviews from homeowners just like you. Even better, Snap Construction's installations are backed by a lifetime warranty, so you know you're dealing with a qualified roofing expert. You want to work with a company that will be here for a long time after the work is done. Snap Construction has handled thousands of claims and will help you through the process. Do yourself a favor and get a free roofing inspection so you have the facts and peace of mind you deserve. Call Snap Construction today at 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP. Or visit snapconstruction.com.
The Park Tavern in St. Louis Park is the perfect place for fun. Their bowling lanes are a blast. Their full menu is amazing. Burgers, tacos, wings, sliders, pizza, dinners, and more. Or try their weekend breakfast menu. Enjoy all the games on their numerous TVs while enjoying their drink menu and happy hour specials. And the patio is open to enjoy the warmer months, and even when it's not too warm, they've got heaters and curtains. On Louisiana Avenue north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park, your next get-together with friends or family will be great at the Park Tavern.
I'm Rachel Schroman, owner of Schroman Law, and I believe you deserve information. Our firm offers free quarterly estate planning seminars at our office in St. Paul. At these seminars, you can learn the basics of estate planning from an attorney to help you determine which estate planning documents will meet your needs and goals in an efficient and cost-effective manner. You can learn more and register at our website, schromenlaw.com/events. That's SCHROMEN law.com/events.
There really is no place like home. Hi, I'm Mary T. of Mary T. Home Health. When you're faced with an illness or an injury, being able to stay at home and receive care is important. Our home health offers a wide range of services, including skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapies, aides, homemakers, in-home respite care, and 24/7 live-in care. We'll work closely with your primary care provider to come up with an individualized plan for you. Learn more today at marytinc.com.
Hello, my name is Paul Sheldon. I'm a novelist. My #1 super fan, Annie Wilkes, has me trapped in her house. I need you to come to the Yellow Tree Theater in Osseo, September 26th to October 19th to get me out. YellowTreeTheater.com. It's misery. Please don't come alone. Hurry, she's coming.
With a look at your AM 950 forecast, this is Adam. Partly cloudy skies and 66 for your high today. Tonight, the clouds continue to roll in with a low of 55. And for tomorrow, cloudy and a chance of rain, a high of 68. Crooner Supper Club is a little piece of old-school nightlife in the 21st century. Delicious dinner options include mouth-watering prime rib and crusted walleye. Crooner Supper Club is just north of 694 off of Highway 65.
ATNF AM 950, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Saturday.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today in the main studio of AM 950 is Christine Thompson. She's the author of the book, Scarlet Says Goodbye, and she is sharing how children's books can help young people understand hospice care. And in her book, she addresses difficult topics like death, and her book aims to ease conversations and support for children in processing grief and preserving memories. Scarlet Says Goodbye features a story, activities, journal pages, and space for letters. And I might add, it's not just for children. This is a wonderfully put-together book and incredible illustrations. So we're going to talk more about that here in this segment. But before we return to our conversation with Christine, I want to mention this radio show is brought to you in part each week by Minnesota Hospice. Minnesota Hospice is an independent, locally owned medical practice serving our Twin Cities communities with comprehensive end-of-life health care. The team at Minnesota Hospice provides patients and family members with award-winning end-of-life health care services. You may not be aware that hospice brings compassionate medical, social, emotional, and spiritual services to your home with typically no cost to you or your family. Please do not wait to learn how hospice care can benefit you and your loved ones. If you have any questions regarding end-of-life care or support, please contact the compassionate team of experts at Minnesota Hospice. They are available to answer your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by a registered nurse. Their phone number is 952-898-1022. Once again, their number is 952-898-1022, or simply visit them online at minnesotahospice.com. All right, let's return to our conversation with Christine Thompson. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. All right, Christine, I know people will be interested in learning more about the book and trying to figure out ways to purchase it. What's the best way for them to do that?
Sure. It's available at scarletsaysgoodbye.com. Scarlet with one T.
One T, yes.
Yes, and that's the easiest way to access, to purchase the book.
Yeah. So it's been around. It's been around for over a decade, and so what type of feedback have you gotten, and what type of response have you gotten from this book, which is, again, an amazing topic, and it's amazing the story and the whole way the book is constructed.
It's always an emotional response. So it has really touched a lot of hearts. And a lot of folks out there have had this experience, right? They've had loved ones who've been through the hospice process or not and wish they had. And that was one of the big myths that we were trying to work with in the beginning, was sooner rather than later to bring in hospice and to receive that kind of help. And like as we've discussed, those folks are angels. They come in and they ease a lot of that burden. And everyone who's really been through the system for the most part really wishes that they'd had those folks involved sooner.
That's one thing we hear all the time. I wish I would have known sooner.
Right.
And it's unfortunate, our society, our healthcare system, just nobody is kind of geared towards end of life. It's all about preserving and curing and sustaining and extending, and we all have an expiration date, and it's important that we kind of embrace that a little bit. Okay, so I want to get into the book itself, and as I go through the first page here, it opens up with Scarlet Says Goodbye, a story I read with blank. So it's pretty profound, whatever that first page is, to get those people connected. So why did you open up with that? It's like a call to action. It's like
it is. This book is meant to be interactive, right? This is meant to be shared over a kitchen table, on people's laps, picked up and set down, notes taken. It's a gift to remember your loved one, whether that was someone in your immediate family, grandparents, friends, aunts, uncles, a place for those memories. Yeah,
I like the fact, and it's like a wide format book, so I think it really appeals to children because it just has it's bright colors and it's very intriguing. And again, like I say, the illustrations are just phenomenal. But what I like about the hardcover is that it can be on a person's lap. Sometimes when you're working with somebody at end of life, it's hard. I mean, they can't maybe pull up to a table, or they're going to be in bed or in a chair or recliner. And it's nice that you can have this with a hardback to make it easier to read and easier to write. And because you're really encouraging the participants reading this to write things down, because that's the opportunity at the end of life to record a memory. So, okay, so...
And I will add, to the original publishing, it had little boxes of crayons. It had the stickers, things that you would need to complete any of the tasks. So it was meant to be like an all-in-one kind of kit. Yeah.
No, totally. It was, again, it's just interesting how this whole thing came together, and it just really encompasses a lot of ways to interact with multi-generations of people. I think a lot about the grandkids that are seeing this, grandfather, grandmother going through the end-of-life process, and to have to understand, well, what's going on. I mean, that's a tough concept for kids to embrace.
Right. I think when you have someone who's dying at home, there's a hubbub, right? And you've got maybe let's just say, adult children that are trying to manage medications and bathing and, everything that comes along with that period as you enter into a death and dying process. And they're pretty busy. And a lot of times kids I refer to as, those unseen and forgotten grievers. Right. They are picking up on things. And so to even take a break and say, let's just sit down and do a thing. Let's just sit down and write a letter or draw a picture or do some of the games. It was pointed out, like, these are still kids. They want to laugh and do something fun. Everything should not be serious inside of this book. And I will say, and I got that feedback from folks that really work inside that space. I am not a hospice physician, but I had a lot of folks who are chime in on types of games that kids might like to play inside this age group. I will say the word search is remarkably hard. I tried to do it again this morning. I do not think this is for 4 to 12-year-olds. I have really struggled. But so those are games, right? Kids like games, and kids learn and process when games are happening. So it makes sense, right? You really want to not have everything be quite so serious all the time.
Right. Well, let me just say, you start the story off here. It says, so Scarlet is talking. Will you tell me a story? Scarlet asks, and she's sitting with her loved one, parent or grandparent, and that person says, yes, Scarlet, here is a story about me. When I was young, I didn't know why time would go fast when it was my time to die. It really sets the stage for someone he's relating or she's relating to the time of Scarlet's age.
Right.
And you just don't realize how quickly life goes by.
Right.
It's so interesting. Okay. So tell us a little bit about just the storyline that you've built into this book. And it's, I don't know, what do you have, 30 pages here or 40 pages? I mean, it's not a...
With the activities. It is not a long story.
It's not a long story, but the activities are what you're encouraging people to do with their loved one, their young Scarlet in their life.
So as you kind of move through the book, I mean, obviously there is this kind of short story about sometimes people get sick and they can't be fixed. Yes. But those people, they have all these memories, right? Fun things and adventures they've had in their life. And so it moves kind of through that phase of, I used to do all these things, climb trees and swim and all the things you do as a kid. And then to briefly through this kind of diagnosis story and a decision is made. And then at that point, you really have like the hospice team coming into a home and you see them in the illustrations. They're helping. There's doctors and nurses and volunteers, and they are integrated with the family, which is really how so many hospice providers are. They're there all the time for your, these are deep grief moments.
Yes.
I mean, no one's going to be closer to you when this is happening than those folks.
That's right.
Then there's all kinds of emotions. So that was really the hospice myth that we were trying to work around was, they're not here to see you out. Right? They're walking this path with you. That's
right. That's exactly what hospice is about. It's walking alongside and guiding. Some of the great questions you have in here from a child, but also from an adult standpoint, where it says, then came the day when I got so sick. I did what I could, but I could not be fixed. So, of course, then Scarlet asks, well, why can't the doctors fix you? What a great question that just permeates everybody who's involved with somebody who's passing or who's at end of life and terminal. He says, the doctors have tried as hard as they can, but nothing can make me healthy again. So, just great, simple, profound questions are in this book that apply to everybody at every age.
Right.
It's fantastic. We've got about a minute left here in this segment. What I found really neat here was I heard Mom say that you are going to hospice. And she asked, well, where is hospice? Scarlet says. And he says, hospice isn't a place, Scarlet. It's some very special people and how they can care for me. And let's finish our story. And it says, I wanted no pain, I wanted to rest. The hospice came, and they were the best. They heard all my stories and met all my wishes. They helped ease my pain and even wash dishes. I mean, that just says it all for, the whole hospice, the compassion that hospice professionals bring.
I heard so many stories of just absolutely heroic hospice workers and all of the things that they would do to help out a family. Doing the dishes was the one that happened to make it into the book. I think it was the thing that rhymed, but also the thing that really summed up all of these things that they are doing and helping with.
Yes. Well, it reflects the respite care that hospice can provide, because those caregivers, sometimes you walk in and you can't tell which person is the one that needs hospice because the caregiver is just exhausted.
Right.
All right. Well, the music is cueing us out here. It's time for a short break. We'll be right back with our conversation with Christine Thompson, author of the book Scarlet Says Goodbye. And she's here to talk more about how children's books can help people understand hospice care, and addresses difficult topics like death and grief and support and preserving memories. If you have a question, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Cafe Latte offers made-from-scratch soups, salads, sandwiches, and mouth-watering desserts.
So come check out their pizza and wine bar, or get a treat from the bakery made fresh daily. Plus, you can still do online ordering and takeout, along with gift cards. Just go to cafelatte.com and choose from their ever-changing selection of award-winning salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com. Peace of mind shouldn't cost a fortune. We keep things simple at Schromen Law because we believe planning for your estate and end-of-life care shouldn't be stressful or expensive. Every client relationship starts with a free consultation, so clients have the information they need before making important decisions. From there, we work closely with clients to ensure they are choosing the most efficient and cost-effective plans for their specific needs. Schedule a free consultation today at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
So an atheist, a Christian, and a Buddhist walk into a church. There's no punchline. That's just what happens every Sunday at First Unitarian Society of Minneapolis. It's all the thoughtful reflection, community, and warmth of a Sunday service without religious doctrine. Curious? Find out what we're all about. Join us for Sundays Reimagined at First Unitarian Society or live stream at firstunitarian.org. Think outside the pew.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. October is here, so Halloween is right around the corner. And if you're thinking of having a horror movie marathon with friends, you better make sure your home doesn't look like something out of one of those movies. Don't ghost your carpet this fall. My cleaning heroes at Zero Res can help get all those spooky smells and creepy stains out of your home. Carpet, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, any surface in your home can be Zero Resified. Right now, you can get your entire home Zero Resified from Minnesota's ultimate carpet cleaner, with 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. But there's something even scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home, and it's in your air ducts. This month, take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning service. Don't let a missed deal haunt you. Call 9520-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com today and ask for the AM 950 special. Backorder forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Turn to Auto Technical with your vehicle donation. We have families waiting for a car. You know, over 85% of unemployed are successful in finding and keeping a job if they have dependable transportation. A car plus a job equals a life changed. 612-919-5526. We have families waiting for a car. 919-5526 or autotech.org.
Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Christine Thompson. She's the author of the book, Scarlet Says Goodbye, and she is sharing how children's books can help young people understand hospice care, and it addresses difficult topics like death and grieving and preserving memories and all the things that not only children but adults go through when a loved one is in hospice. If you have a question for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. All right, Christine, I want to make sure people know where to go to buy the book.
Sure. ScarletSaysGoodbye.com, Scarlet with one T. And we do have those books available at a case rate. So I think if people are interested, checking in, there's a lot of information on the site about different quantities. Most people are ordering really large quantities.
Yeah.
So there's a different cost for that.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, well, last segment here, I want to jump into the book a little bit further here. One of the sections here I'm reading, it says, the person that's in hospice says, I knew what I needed and let hospice know too. They helped my whole family, and they can help you. And I think that's one thing that people sometimes miss in hospice is it's a service not just for the patient, it's for the entire family. And so Scarlet asks the question, why is everyone so sad? And the hospice patient said, it's my time to die. I am so weak. My heartbeat is faint. I can barely speak. But all of my family is standing right here. There's so much love. I have no fear. How comforting to a child, to an adult, to hear those words and understand, what's going on here. I mean, it's such a transformational, profound experience if people let it be that way. Right. And hopefully hospice is helping support that and encourage that to happen. Talk about some of the wonderful activities that you guys built into this book. They're again very thoughtful. It's almost like you got a reporter right here on this page says, ask these questions about the person on hospice. So, where did you live when you were little? Where did you get in trouble? Did you have any pets? I mean, there's just so many questions that can really prompt some amazing stories that I bet even the adults in the room had not heard.
Absolutely.
Sometimes those innocent children questions really open up a person who is at end of life.
Absolutely. And those questions are designed to prompt those kinds of the storytelling, right? So whether it's a pet or a first job or, all of the best memories. What are you most proud of? Those are important things for people to get a chance to talk about as they're transitioning into death.
Right.
You want to leave those things behind.
Yeah, it's such a profound and sacred time in not just the patient's life, but everybody around there. And it's
a privilege, right?
It really is,
and an honor to be present.
Yes.
For that time period.
Yes.
It's not something that we get a chance to pay a lot of attention to because we're so focused on living.
Right.
And living well. And for many people, you are kind of gifted this time period.
That is so true.
And this book helps people understand what to do with that time a little bit. So, and whether they do these activities or these activities simply inspire them to do more things.
Yes.
Or they just hold the book and they never do anything with it. I mean, to be honest, it's just about that. This is your gift, this time with that person.
But it really does it in such a nice, subtle way. And the story is very short. And I'll share the ending of the story if you don't mind.
Sure.
So it's the hospice patient saying, now I am at peace. It's my time to die. I hope, my dear Scarlet, now you know why. And it says, with love, and my wish for you, Scarlet, is. And it gives an opportunity to write what that wish, I mean, what a treasure to take back for the rest of your life, the last wish of a dying loved one. Boy, that's just so profound. Well, we've only got a couple minutes left here, but you got, so really the first almost the first third of the book half is the story. The next half is about things that a person can do, because when you're waiting for someone to pass, there's some time that goes on, and it's great to have things that are already kind of built into this book that can really help fill that space, fill that time, and just so many different games. Do you want to talk about some of the games? I mean, unscrambling words. That's a hard one. Right,
these
I
are some
Spy.
really basics. Many of them go back to my own childhood. These are things. Connect the dots. There's tic-tac-toe. Really basic.
Finding things in these wonderful illustrations. Find the 9 balloons. Find the 5 birds. I mean, that's again just thoughtful process. How to navigate through a maze. And of course, there's the black and white section where you can color things in.
Yeah.
So I mean, you really thought of so many things. Is there? I could just see this being really a part of school curriculums with young kids, because many times teachers will look. I'll run across teachers and say, "Boy, I had one of the children's grandparents, or even worse, one of their parents has died, and we don't know what to do." I mean, kind of the school system not necessarily prepared to handle that, and that's not their job. But boy, this would be just, I think, really helpful for teachers that are dealing with, children, young children, especially grade school. I mean, is there a certain age range that this book was kind of focused on? Just the way it was crafted and brought together?
Yeah, we were really looking at that kind of 4 to 12. These activities are all things that, I mean, certainly any child could color, any adult could color.
Yes. Actually, coloring is a pretty big thing for adults.
This became a big thing, right?
Yeah,
the coloring books for adults.
It's very calming, yeah.
Yeah. And now we know that there's an actual physiological experience that's happening, right? With coloring and also with telling stories.
Yes.
So it's designed for younger children, but it's a gateway for conversation, right? It's really a bridge between a lot of different age groups. Yeah. For adults that are struggling to process information, they are reading that story and they are doing these same things. Yeah. So I think that's the important part, is it's the bridge between a lot of different generations.
Boy, what a great book. What a great effort. What a great inspiration.
Thanks.
It's so good to have you here on the show.
This
has been absolutely wonderful. And we, your co-partner here, Kathy's been helping us on the breaks. So thank you for being here as well.
Welcome.
That's fantastic. All right, we are nearing the end of the show, folks. And I want to thank Christine Thompson, author of Scarlet Says Goodbye, and for being here and sharing how children's books can help young people understand hospice care. And she's done a great job of addressing difficult topics like death and grieving, and helping us understand how important it is to preserve memories. And just been a great show, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can reach us anytime by voice or text at 612-999-3426. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast. And thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, choose to live well.